building more the chemistry part, the building that more intimacy and romance when the
Ah,
relationship still feels special, it's still meaningful, it's deep, but it doesn't have the spice and the passion.
awesome. All right. So chemistry and feelings of intimacy and romance are in the feels like you category. It's not like you have to fix yourself and change yourself. You just have to feel more deeply until you say, this feels like me and my body is opening. My body's opening to romance. My body's opening to chemistry. And I can do that right here in the moment just by focusing. Go ahead, just focus, entertain, and put your energy on noticing what's going on in your lower chakras, what's going on in your belly, what's going on in your vagina, which I can say here, what's going on in your vagina, and soften it like you'd soften your wrist or your shoulder or your jaw, which are just as hard. And the moment you soften your vagina sideways, let it go sideways and just let it soften, you'll get turned on. That's what that whole area does. It's not psychological, it's physical. It's about blood flow. It's about nitric oxide. It's about, libido. And if any of you are losing your libido, that's what we got to work on. Your libido for romance, your libido for actual sexual feeling. If you are not having that almost all the time, there's something going on in your hormonal system. There's something going on in your belief system. There's something going on in a patterning of your muscles, and you're not giving yourself enough time to actually loosen that and create libido. There are foods that dampen it and foods that make it up. There's vitamins, there are hormones. It's amazing what a couple of drops of something could do for you. For some people, it's omegas, which are, not good for others. But what actually makes you feel, I try a bunch of things. I take maca. Sometimes I can feel it, sometimes it doesn't, but maybe I don't need to take anything. Maybe I do need to supplement. What's going on with you? What feels best with you? This is all feminine energy kind of experiments, right? Romance and intimacy and chemistry has nothing to do with him. Forget it. He's only triggering you with his looks or the way he smells or anything or like that, unless he doesn't know how to touch you and you get to teach him that. But you having full-blown romantic chemical turn on feelings literally has nothing to do with him. It has to do, and it doesn't have to do with forcing a fantasy, which a lot of women do. I mean, I'm sure we've all experienced that on occasion. But if a fantasy pops up in the middle, hey, go with it and relax into it and speak it. But essentially, if you've got heartburn, you're probably not going to feel turned on really easily unless you're extremely young. And if you're angry with him, you may shut down and not be able to turn on. So the secret is romance the tree that you see, romance your dog that you're worried about, romance the street, romance the sun, romance the fact that when you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm alive, I'm here. So how do you romance that? You just really let your body cellularly so soften and you breathe. You get so much air in here. The air will really help. Water will really help. All of those things will help. Smiling helps. Saying, I'm alive, this feels good, helps. That end of affirmations, I see it differently. It's like moving the pendulum. We're always swinging between good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, until it settles somewhere like normal. Well, in Reconnect Your Relationship, I talk about the new normal, which is raising how you feel about something, raising some mindset, but you're not going top down like I'm going to be happy. No, you're raising your new normal by the pendulum. Where's it going to settle? In some murky middle? The pendulum is not fixed up there so that the middle is right under it. The pendulum moves too. I mean, if you believe in God, go with that. If you believe in physics and chance and whatever you believe in, let it go. The pendulum is moving on top. So where it settles after it bounces around, you get to entertain that place. You really do. And guided by what feels most like me, what feels not like me. And that to me is how you notice the pendulum. Feeling like you would be feeling happy and fairly joyful and fairly okay in your skin, because you'll feel like a settling into that. Sometimes it might feel like a giving up or surrender. Well, giving up is different from surrender, right? You're surrendering to the real, you're surrendering to the moment, you're surrendering to what is, you're surrendering to you and your unique makeup, and you are falling into you. And yeah, you get to tinker with it, experiment, but you're falling into you, and you can recognize that feeling. And guess what? We can all notice when you're there, and he can too. That's what they call authenticity, but hey, it's a big, big, big word to chew. Guys say that they're looking for that initial spark with someone. Yeah, well, that's them. Nothing to do with you. How about you work with your spark with you? I'm happy I'm alive. I'm standing in front of a tree. Oh, I have to go to work. What was that? Oh, I'm happy. The sun's out. The sky's so blue. It's amazing. Oh, what's going on up there? Oh, there's a bird. Oh my goodness. That is you. And when you do that, you will feel that kind of going down low in you. But oh, there's a tree. Oh, the sky's blue. Oh my God, I have to write that report. Oh my God, he said that thing to me this morning. Not you. If you feel a real wooden, leaden feeling in your gut, that is you. That could be the way you feel right now. A leaden feeling. Now, what you do is you stay there and you let it expand and you keep dropping down, and you will get to the happy underneath that lead. Even great grief. It's like great grief is like a not you feeling space. The pain is so overwhelming that all you can do is feel, right? You just feel the grief. And then you feel the anger and the guilt and all that sort of stuff. Yes. But you're feeling, essentially. You're not thinking until you get up another place. So the grief is a feeling state. But below the grief is still, I'm alive, I'm here. I'm supposed to be here because I am here. I woke up, therefore I'm supposed to be here. That has got to be your mantra. I woke up, I'm alive, therefore I'm supposed to be here. And what is my goal? Why am I here? You get to make that decision. Am I here to suffer, or am I here to enjoy being here? Well, if you believe that you're here to enjoy being here, then you go and you start recognizing all the enjoyment parts, and you start taking advantage of all the moments where you get to enjoy stuff. Okay, when you do this, he turns on. When you do this, when you are with him naked, you are going to feel completely different than you feel when you're trying to make him the originator of all of this stuff. When you're trying to get him to trigger you to be turned on, that's never going to work for you in an intimate relationship with somebody that's deep. Why? Because it's not founded on that 3-month spark. It's founded on a deeper thing that you have to locate by practicing being there. I don't know if I make any sense, but by being you, by being in that feeling, by being in that feeling state, and then going deeper and deeper and deeper by allowing the air to fill your body, water, sensation to fill your body at the deepest levels possible, and to breathe and to not keep moving or thinking, but just keep letting it drop, 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 drop. You will develop this feeling of romance for life. And when you start romancing your life, oh, I woke up in the morning, I'm here, I'm supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to just be doing a mindless job of living. That's not my job, just to survive, which is what most of us think. I'm just supposed to survive and be as happy as I can when I can, and I drink when I'm not. No, life is kind of an ashram. It is. What's an ashram? It's a place where the spirit is the thing that's most entertained. The spiritual realm of you. So the spiritual realm of you is a lot of different things. It's your entire being. Okay. So go down into yourself, breathe into its, the breathing just gives your cells a pop. It allows them to go, oh, I'm alive. Oh, I can feel. right? Without it, they just like are go into survival mode, and then you go into survival mode. So the breathing allows, things to flow, and then nitric oxide and just eating and drinking and stuff kind of creates the circulation going, and pretty soon you just get to decide, am I going to entertain the tree, or am I going to entertain my worry? And you get to make that decision. So that's what choosing is, every moment. And guess what? If you make the decision to entertain the icky stuff, that's fine, because 5 minutes later, you get to entertain the tree and the good feeling. You are constantly in motion. The pendulum is constantly moving on top, and it's swinging around, and you get to choose. All right. So if you feel crappy, you're not going to be romantic. And some guy's not going to fix it all by turning you on. However, a nice sexual experience with somebody, one night experience, that could help, because it's going to get your system going, right? The pendulum's going to move if somebody has sex with you and it just turned on. That's why we women have to start thinking about sex as unrelated to relationship. Sex is about you. It is about somebody taking care of bringing all of these cells to life. And normally you do it yourself. Well, somebody's going to join you, and you got 4 pair of hands. Okay. That's all I want to say. You got 4 pair of hands, and you got an extra mouth there. So, hey, that's a party. That's something we all should be able to do. And when you find somebody who loves you and you have feelings in your heart of opening, that creates the beginning of romance. Then you keep romancing, and then he will rekindle immediately. And you will rekindle immediately.
This is really good. This is really good. The whole, who do you choose, and having that be like, as who are you entertaining? What ideas are you entertaining? We can definitely talk more on that. The whole, what is this journey from feeling crappy to feeling more romantic?
Just to leave you with a thing, I realize the self stuff is not interesting. Nobody wants to do self stuff, but I'm here to tell you, if you do it, he will change. He will notice, he will react differently, and he will be more enthusiastic. Instead of backing himself up against the wall because he just suddenly feels like he's not sexy or not good in bed because you're not responding, he's going to go, oh, I can touch you and you're going to feel good. And all of a sudden he loosens up and relaxes. And it becomes magical. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Bye-bye, everybody.